From SCCA Road Racing, Mark Donohue, Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, Indy 500 winner in 1972.
This is the final lap, and the two men to really keep our eye on are A.J. Foyt, who is running in 6th place, and Emerson Fittipaldi, who is running in 3rd place. Peter Revson is the man who is crowding A.J. Foyt at this point. Now, Revson's all set, but Peter Revson is a racing driver. And when the opportunity to move comes, he will exercise it. A.J. Foyt is the same kind of a man, but Foyt in this position has to be aware that he can reach inside of himself and use the cunning and guile that comes from years and years and years of very successful automobile racing. Foyt there in the orange car, Revson right behind him, Fittipaldi sitting up there in 3rd place, and him all by himself. Fittipaldi has to move up 1 place, or Foyt has to move back 1 place, and here is Mark Donohue coming around. Donohue wins the 3rd race. Bobby Unser is 2nd. Emerson Fittipaldi takes 3rd. David Pearson is 4th. George Fulmer 5. A.J. Foyt coming along. He takes 6th. And A.J. Foyt wins the 6th starting position in the championship race. Emerson Fittipaldi just missed by a single point. We'll be back to sum it up for you in a moment.
There is the white flag, 1 lap to go for Mark Donohue as he strives to win the International Race of Champions. Here's the battle now as Donohue goes into the road course. Bobby Unser and Peter Revson, and Revson moves up behind Unser. The fight for 2nd place should be something to see. Donohue's well out in front. Let's watch what happens between these two great drivers, Unser in the blue and Revson in the black.
This is going to be fantastic. See if Bobby Unser can hold off Peter Revson under this sort of pressure. Peter's been holding back, I think. It's interesting to see now. A puff of smoke came out of Unser's car there as he went through that turn. Now they're accelerating along. They haven't got too long to go. Peter can't be too far away. It's going to have to be on the draft. As long as Bobby doesn't make a mistake in this last lap, Revson's going to have to do a drafting job on him on this back straightaway and through this last big 3 and 4 section of the course. And he's right inside him again. Peter Revson in the black car, the number 2 car. Peter Revson behind the blue car of Bobby Unser, and he's really tucking himself in, using a different piece of road, as you can see from Bobby there, as they go along through the last corner, and he's really up again before they go on to the super speedway, and he's right tucked in behind him. This is the closest he's been over these last few laps, and he's really in a position to draft here.
So the old NASCAR trademark slingshotting has got to come into play here if Peter Revson has the horsepower to pull it in tight behind Unser. Donohue way out in front, and he's cruising along, going off the back straight into turn number 3, and here's Unser now with Revson trying to close on him on the back straight. This is the fight for 2nd place. 2nd place is worth $13,000, 3rd place worth $9,000. They're in turn number 3. Donohue coming off turn number 4. Mark can almost coast home now and win it. Donohue coming down, headed for the start-finish line. The checkered flag is in the air, and Mark Donohue won the International Race of Champions.
And what a race it's going to be! Here's Peter Revson trying to get up the inside. Is he going to do it? He's got it! It's got it! What a bit of driving, really, at the end. Fantastic.
They banged door handles as Peter Revson went down low, and Bobby Unser banged into him a little bit, but could do nothing about it as Peter Revson used the slingshot, used the draft, and let's take another look at it in slow motion.
There's another race going on for that. And there's the white flag, and Mario Andretti is sitting there. He's going to win this race. I doubt very much whether Cale Yarborough will try to slingshot him now, because there's no benefit for Cale Yarborough to do that. And in so doing, it could endanger the win for Mario Andretti. But there is the pack behind there. They've got a race on.
Gordon Johncock and Darrell Waltrip and Benny Parsons. Lots of other prize money involved in this race. It goes on down the line. 5th, 6th, and 7th, 20,000, 17, 5, 16. And the last man in this field, placed 9th, gets $12,000. Half a lap to go. Cale Yarborough's chances have gone to win the overall series. He could slingshot and get back on the same lap, but remember, he will not even win this race. Bad strategy, it appears, on the pit stop he made under the green will have cost him the chance at the overall championship. Here he is, going to do the slingshot to get back on the same lap, and he does. He unlaps himself just at the finish line. Here come the second, third, and fifth cars in the race. Darrell Waltrip, Gordon Johncock, and Benny Parsons. Yarborough, of course, will be placed fourth. It's all over at Daytona, and here is the way it ended in race number 4. Andretti the winner. Then, as you see, Waltrip, Johncock, Yarborough, Parsons, Jackie Hicks, Al Unser, Petty, and Rutherford, all three of whom were involved in the crash.
As Brundle makes a right, then a left, and comes onto the pit straight. Ready to flash over the start-finish line once again. And as Brundle comes across, there's the white flag. One more lap to go in this round number 2 of the International Race of Champions. And Little Al is catching Emerson Fittipaldi. Let's watch Fittipaldi and Little Al as they come down toward this first turn. Little Al comes to the inside of Fittipaldi and gets past him under braking. Al Unser Jr. moves into second place. What a drive for Little Al, and you said he didn't have enough time.
The very thing that we thought was impossible, he was able to do. He was gaining a second a lap, and look at how far he's pulling ahead of Emerson right now. We have to assume that Emo's got the really bad problem to fall back that fast. But Little Al saw it, he went for it, and he got it. Second is going to be a big thing to him in the points battle.
Of course, the one thing that we didn't say is if you talk about somebody who's pretty good at saving a race car, it's Al Unser Jr., and he proved it right there.
And he's fast here at Cleveland. He always has been.
Back on the leader, making his final turns now in the east loop of this course here at the Burke Lakefront Airport. A victory in the 24-hour of Le Mans. Now he is looking at his first victory in the International Race of Champions. Rookie driver this season, his second run, and he joins that long string of names of drivers in the IROC who have won in their second start.
2 more turns and 1 more straightaway, Paul.
Al Unser Jr. in second place. Fittipaldi, the black car, dropped back to third. He was the early leader. A right-hand turn. Now just one more turn to go. Back to the left. The checkered flags now fly for Martin Brundle as he puts on a little showmanship there at the finish line. Martin Brundle has won here in the International Race of Champions. Al Unser Jr. comes across the line in second place. Emerson Fittipaldi is third.
And you can see Brundle, boy, it was like, hey, they say that's eating your Wheaties. He's going to show everybody, I'm the champion today.
So Martin Brundle, with a spectacular drive, picks up the lead and the win here in round number 2 of the International Race of Champions. We'll be back to talk to him right after this.